We thought we'd seen and heard just about everything, but what we found there surprised even our own Chris Hansen. A reminder, some of what you'll see is explicit. You've been blogging all night. What are you hearing from our viewers who've been watching and blogging with you?
Here's a great example. Chris.
Oral first. I love oral.
Want to meet up, baby?
So have you ever been touching your legs, your breasts, slowly?
I'd tear your little
I wish you was here to play with my Hon, would you like to take me in your mouth?
He went down to the triangle at Avocado and made a right, so he's either circling back down Escala coming up Riverside.
On the first day alone, 10 men show up at our undercover house in Fort Myers, Florida, where supposedly a young teen is home by herself and ready to have sex.
Here he comes, here he comes. Copy that. Wave him up. Get him in.
This is Brian Gosselin, screen name bayj0nes.
Hey, come on in, the door's open.
He's here to meet a girl who said online she was 15. He lied to her about his age, claiming to be 24. He's really 32. And based on what he had to say online, want to blank my brains out, it's not hard to guess why he's here.
I got some wine coolers.
Wine coolers are just fine.
You weren't kidding when you said a big house.
I know, the house is beautiful. I love my house.
Yeah. Are you the only child?
Yeah. Oh, did you bring protection?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Perfect.
The only bad news about that is you're probably not going to need that type of protection tonight.
Well done.
See, I knew this was going to be a setup.
You did?
Yeah.
How did you know that?
Just because of the way she was talking online.
Brian, what's your last name?
I don't have a last name.
You don't have a last name.
And that's about all he's willing to say.
All right, I'll just leave, I guess.
No, I'm not finished
I'm not
asking questions
here.
yet. Sir?
I'm not wanted here.
There were a lot of creepy characters who surfaced during our predator investigation in Fort Myers, Florida. Actually, they were all creepy. But the one who really sticks out in my mind is Brian Gosselin. And I don't know whether it was because of his hair, his demeanor, his gall, how he pretended he didn't have a last name, the chat, or maybe it's the fact that he was one of 3 predators caught in that investigation, 3 out of the 24, who had the charges dismissed, the sexual charges dismissed against them because of a technicality. And I'll get into that in a minute. You know a little bit about this. He creeps me out. Brian was 32 at the time he was chatting online with a decoy from Perverted Justice, posing as a 15-year-old girl named Jolanda, screen name JoJo for Show. JoJo, number 4, Show. And he took a while to get into what he really wanted from this 15-year-old girl. But he got there. And part of what was so creepy about Brian Gosselin is that when the decoy wouldn't respond to him for a while, you could tell he'd get possessive. There was a bit of an angry tone to the texts. And you have to wonder how many other times Brian got online to do this. Let me give you a sample of the chat here. The profile used by the Perverted Justice decoy, whose screen name was JoJo for Show, as I mentioned, is that of a diva. So he jumps right in. His online moniker is bayj0nes. He says one April day in 2006, I believe it. LOL, she says, believe what? I'd agree, you are a full-time diva. She says, LOL, hells yeah. Beautiful smile and cheeks. So is this diva taken Like a boyfriend, she asks. Nah. You serious? Wow, he says. Well, I'd love to be able to sweep you off your feet, but Dr. Phil would be mad. What does he mean by that? Oh, I can't type for shit either, LOL, he says. He says made instead of mad. LOL, Dr. Phil can kiss my butt, ha ha ha. What's your ASL? She asks. 24, Fort Myers. Now, 24 is a lie. He's 32. But I guess in his mind that made it less of a predatory criminal act. My name is Brian, he says. Cool. I'm 15, female, Florida. Back to this Dr. Phil situation. I think he's referring to the fact that she's so much younger and that could land him on Dr. Phil. No mention of To Catch a Predator, which is where he's going to land. LOL, Dr. Phil probably paid to kiss your diva butt. Haha, yeah, I wish. That dude's rich. Where in Florida you from? He asks. Oh damn, I knew it. You want a rich man, sigh. Well, you're a diva. Why not go for it? Well, just as long as they're not like homeless, LOL. What about age difference, he wants to know. What about it, she asks. You saying an older guy doesn't bother you? Here we go. On Dr. Phil today, a 17-year-old was sleeping with a 45-year-old. Man, and Dr. Phil was pissed. Wait till he meets Chris Hansen. LOL, no, I mean like as long as guy's not a jerk or nothing, she says. So where in Florida are you, JoJo? By Cape Coral, she says. Oh my God, are you serious? Yep, cool. I'm a short guy though, he says, only 5'8". So you probably grow taller than me if you're not already, LOL, he says. That's cool, I'm a little shorty too, she says. I'm fat though, 140, LOL. Well, he's not fat, he's skinny. That's not fat. You got a pic, he wants to know? I know, I just love hearing the reactions, he says. So then he goes on to talk about how he's a chauffeur. And he also has a whole DJ setup, and he does that work as well. Says goodbye, and well, I have to go now to the airport to pick someone up. I'm so sorry. They talk about staying in touch, and they do. Can you imagine somebody picking you up? And this is not the first chauffeur we've caught in our investigations. We had one, if you recall, in Fairfield, Connecticut. Can you imagine riding in the back of a car knowing this guy was a predator? What if I got into one of these cars and it was one of these guys? I always wondered that. Wondered if that ever happened without me knowing. So they get back online and start chatting. And again, there's more talk of music, of him being a DJ, whether or not she's sweet and innocent. He starts to get a little possessive. There's more talk of her being a diva, whether or not she could tell him to do something he didn't want to do. He says, LOL, if you told me to eat dog shit, I would. Just to see your smile. Ha ha ha, you should bring some over, LOL, you little teaser, he says. Be careful how you play. Now he's working his way into visiting. She's already told him that she lives with her mom, who's pregnant, preoccupied with that, excited about the new baby, but she travels. Then they talk about what they might do. Holding hands, walking on beach, hanging out, talking. Yep, she says. Then he asks, hugging, kissing.